Got another free fan, which means another video. This one's a 15-inch Lasko Air Companion floor fan. I'm gonna figure out how to take it apart, give it a good cleaning, lube the motor. I'm gonna start by taking off the front grille. It's held on by a series of 7 clips. I've been trying unsuccessfully for a few minutes to get these 2 on the top started. The problem is this plastic's not very flexible. It's pretty rigid. There we go. What a horrible design. Now I would imagine this blade will just slide right off. There's the motor, the dirty motor. This round piece on the back is a separate piece. There are 3 clips that hold that piece on that you can only get to from this side. Press in on those 3 clips. There's one. Now here's the second. All right, there we go. That's how you get that piece off. There are 2 screws holding the motor on from this side. On the back side, there are 4 screws. I'm going to take these off first. These are 1/4-inch screws. 2 Phillips head screws on this side. Before I take that screw out, I'm going to put a mark on the housing so I know I'll put them back in the right place. Now, the motor should be loose, but it's going to be held in by the switch. Let's see what we have to do to get that switch out. So the knob pulls straight off, and then there's a tab on either side. You just push in on those and get that switch loose. Now we should be able to take everything out. Actually, we cannot take it all out. And that hole's not big enough to be able to pull the plug through. That's the best I can do. Take those 2 bolts off that hold the housing to the base. On the motor, 4 Phillips head screws to take off. That was a hard way to do it. Ooh, look at that. Filthy. Absolutely filthy. Look at the back side of the motor. It's a miracle that motor didn't burn up. All of that came out of that one motor. 3-in-1 oil engineered for 1/4 horsepower motors or larger. Going to put a few drops on the back side of that shaft. Also a little bit on the front bearings, if that's the correct term. I'm going to place the motor and the switch in a plastic grocery bag, since I can't take them completely loose from the housing, to keep any water from getting in there while I'm washing everything else off. As soon as everything's dry, we'll put it all back together. Everything's dry, starting with the power cord and the motor. This plastic stop needs to slide down into that spot. That prevents the power cord from being pulled out. Now the power cord goes around this little circle in the middle, and it's going to be underneath the motor. Here are the orientation marks that I made earlier, so I know the motor's in the right spot. Get this cord leading to the switch down in that slot. Get that switch snapped back in. Slide the knob back on. Get these 4 screws put in on the back side of the motor. Lining up the flat side of the blade with the flat side of the shaft, and that should slide right on. I have to put the fan back on the base before I put the front cover on. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to get to these bolts. And now the dreaded front cover, and I hope it goes on easier than it came off. It did go on easier than it came off. Good as new. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.